Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube Tuesday with me, Jessica Brigden, JessBCreativeCardiology, and today we are going to be playing with the new April Inked Occasions Paper Pumpkin Kit. Now this kit truly was a surprise because Stampin' Up! Did not give us many sneak peeks. They basically showed us a picture of this box, which is quite pretty, with kind of this alcohol ink marbled effect on here. But other than that, we really didn't know what was coming. So I'm excited to share this kit with you. And I've got some fun alternate projects that we can create together because this kit was very reminiscent. We had at one point a suite, stamps, dies, and paper called Artistically Inked a couple of years ago. And so I kind of went back through some of my ideas for those materials, and I think we can use them with this new April 2025 Inked Occasions kit as well. So if you haven't grabbed your kit and join me, hello, my hubby's popping in. If you are watching live or on the replay, go ahead, leave me a comment. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And I hope you did subscribe because this kit is basically out of stock. And Stampin' Up! Does not seem like there will be refills. All right, so if you got one, great. If you skipped this month, then you're missing out. All right, make sure you don't because the next few months are amazing. The May kit has a more masculine theme with mountains and trees, kind of a whole nature theme. That looks really exciting and something a little different besides flowers. And then the June kit as well. The June, I actually did see the full kit of May and June at Stampin' Up's on stage, their convention back in March. So I can tell you what those cards make. So, so I will definitely be getting those kits. All right, let's go ahead, flip the camera and get started. And just one more thing too. Stampin' Up! Just announced that they are doing a free shipping flash sale on orders of $75 or more starting tomorrow. That's Wednesday, April 23rd through Friday, April 25th. All right, so you want to make sure that you get your order in. Take advantage of those last chance clearance items, those retiring while they are still available. There are some amazing deals, a lot of items up to 60% off. There is even going to be a sale on some of the Paper Pumpkin past kits, dies, and accessories there. Again, that starts tomorrow as well. So be sure to take a look in my online store at stampinup.com. Make sure you have me marked here as your demonstrator. And if you have not placed an order under the new customer reward system, then when you log into your Stampin' Up! Customer account, make sure you click accept. All right, you do have to opt in to receive the rewards, and you'll get 10% rewards for every $20. As long as you order a minimum of $20, you'll earn 10% rewards on your entire order, and you can use them whenever you want. It's a pretty exciting new program. No more host code. All right, so let's get started with some stamping here. Hi, Karen. Hello. Hope you're having a great day. We actually have some sunshine here and some warmer temperatures. Well, I must admit, it's a little bit cool because it's quite breezy. All right, let me get these lights. There we go. Get the lights situated. Okay, get everything going on here. All right, so this kit really did come in a very pretty box. And instead of the usual pool party tissue, we got some Berry Burst tissue paper in here, which is pretty nice. Our ink spot is Berry Burst. And I was pleasantly surprised with the stamp set this month. Oh, good, Karen, you did get yours. Because we have some really nice sentiments here. We have a thinking of you, a congratulations, hugs, and then all these little builder phrases like you're amazing, I'm here for you, sending my love, congratulations on your retirement to the happy couple, and then some cute little butterfly images too. Although I must admit, I am going to pull in some of my brushed brass butterflies, all right, as well as the birds and dragonfly embellishments there. I believe there are not any embellishments in this kit, and our brushed brass butterflies as well as the birds and dragonflies work perfectly with these. So I'm gonna make sure I add that in too. All right, now I did not fully open my kit, but I did kind of take a peek so I could find out what are the coordinating colors here. All right, so we'll open this up. This shows what are 3 kits. So 3 each of 3 designs for a total of 9 cards here. But I believe, and this is our little stamp set insert. All right, so you can see there how those go together. Okay, the envelopes are gorgeous. I mean, if I were the recipient, I would love to receive a pretty card in a decorative envelope like that. Very pretty. And did you guys notice I have my pool party sweater on? So I match perfectly. All right, so let's see what we've got. I am excited that these cards, both the front and the back, have the beautiful decoration, have that beautiful print on them, and then white on the inside. So I believe we are gonna cut these apart so that we can get multiple, use both the front and back. Like with this one too, the one has the gold foil frame and the other one doesn't, but again, I think we can cut those for additional pieces. We've got some mini dimensionals in here. Now this is something new that I haven't seen them do before. So these are the sentiment labels, but they are shaped and they coordinate with the actual sentiment. So you stamp "You're thinking of you" on here and it's already die cut according to the sentiment. So that's kind of neat. All right, oh, these are so pretty. Love those. All right, and let's check out, we've got some gold foil accents in here. The sentiment is hugs, and if you do need more of those hugs, there is a coordinating die set, the Hugs Abloom dies. This is a little die set, it's $12, and you get a set of 4. You get the miniature hugs, flower, the leaves, and the stitched label here. So again, that's $12 for the set of 4 dies. And you might want to check because with this paper pumpkin sale going on beginning tomorrow, along with the free shipping, these might be on sale. So you might even get them less than $12. All right, I know there are a couple other sets on there that have been marked down to $6. So check those out. And then these are our die cut pieces for the cards. I mean, check out how gorgeous these are. They're quite delicate here. So we've got some neat gold foil accents. Let's check these out. All right, that's really pretty. And then I love this piece. If you're a fan of like the silhouette style, then we've got this neat silhouette. Now be very careful pulling these out. Silhouette of the leaves and flowers here. All right. Well, come on. All right. Gotta be careful with those little starburst flowers there. Don't want to rip any pieces off. All right. Oh, isn't that neat? That's really cool. That panel is neat as it is. Okay, so those are our die cut pieces along with our hugs. Just kind of pull some of these apart so we can see what we've got. All right, so I went ahead and looked at the back here. It lists our coordinating colors. So our primary color here, that's bright pink, is Berry Burst. Then we have Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Peach Pie, Pool Party, and Gold. All right, so lots of pinks, purples, and a touch of like the aqua greens there. So I did, to see how inspired we get. So I've got some Berry Burst. Hi, Doris. Berry Burst, some Flirty Flamingo. We've got Fresh Freesia. Here's the Gorgeous Grape. Highland Heather, the Peach Pie. pool party, and I wasn't sure with some of these darker colorings in there. I did grab a couple sheets of Pretty Peacock as well, all right, to see how things come along. I'm also going to be pulling in some gold foil, and the gold foil does come 2 12 by 12 sheets in a pack, but I do have some scraps here, so I thought I would pull these out because these would work really well with these dies. All right, so we can do little hugs and things. And because these dies are quite delicate, that hugs and the little flower, I do also have my adhesive sheets, okay? So this is, I've got one full sheet left, and then I've got all these little scrap pieces because I don't ever use like a full sheet. I always cut them to size to match whatever it is that I'm die cutting. So some scraps of adhesive sheets as well, and that should do it. All right, we should have everything we need here with all of that. So let's go ahead and check out these gorgeous cards. All right, so I am going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and let's cut these in half because they're just too pretty. They're too pretty to just just fold them up and then not be able to use them. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna cut these in half first. So let's grab our trimmer here. All right, and just come in here at the 4 1/4 mark and cut these apart. Let's start with that. So that we can maximize these beautiful cards here. Okay, and then we can use those card stocks that we pulled in. We can use those to make our card bases. All right, and I did cut some sheets of Basic Way. I cut just some 4 by 5 1/4 panels here, so that we've got inserts for our cards all ready to go. Okay, so we've got some cutting done. All right, so our first card, we're going to use this pretty pattern here. And I love, these are just so simple. For this one, we need a hugs. All right, let's coordinate everything. It doesn't take long for me to make a mess. Okay, so we've got our hugs. We are going to use one of the little sentiment labels, and I didn't notice. Can you see on these? They're actually curved on the ends, which is kind of neat. Like they've been corner rounded on opposite corners there. All right, so we need our hugs and just a butterfly. Although, I'll show you the way these go, and then we might want to just pull in our own little the brushed brass butterflies. Okay, so there's the 3 little ones. And with this, if we're doing hugs, let's see, hugs, I'm here for you, hugs, you're amazing. You could do hugs, sending my love and hugs. I might do that, sending my love. Okay, so let's do our sentiment first. All right, like I said, it just did come with a Berry Burst ink spot. Before I open that, I'm gonna use my Berry Burst ink pad. All right, and save my spot for later. All right, just a heads up though, Berry Burst is one of those colors that will kind of stain your stamp a little bit. All right, so you do want to make sure that you clean that pretty quick. You could pre-stamp in Versamark. Sometimes that helps. That's just the clear watermark, kind of the sticky ink, and that can help prevent some of the pink tint. All right. All right, so we've got that. We need a couple of dimensionals, little mini dimensionals. They're so cute. And then with the hugs too, man, they made this pretty easy. I don't even think we got glue dots. We didn't get any of those little glue dots in this kit. So we can just use dimensionals for everything, which is pretty awesome. Alrighty, so it looks like you can kind of put these wherever you want, or you can use your snips. Use your snips to come in here and cut even the minis minier, all right? Cut them in half, even tinier, so that you can get right up there at the top of the L and maybe over here on the H. All right, so we've got little hugs to go here across the front of our, I think I maybe did that upside down on this one because this panel seems a little bit larger at the top, but it doesn't matter. All right, hugs. Sending my love. Aww. All right, and then our little, do I have my little block? I'm not sure what I did with my mini. My little A block would be perfect for this. So we're gonna take one little, oops, a little set of butterflies here. All right, with this one, it is handy to have a little paper towel, have something close by. All right, so we can do little butterflies down there, and then we can do an itty bitty one down here. Isn't that cute? A couple little butterflies on your card. Again, make sure you clean the ink off of your stamps. Okay. All right, so let's do that. And I think this will work on a, since our primary color here is Berry Burst, let's put it on that. Yeah, I think that'll be nice. So we'll just do a half sheet here of Berry Burst with a white insert. Okay, and then we got a 2-for-1 out of this original card base. All right, because it's just so pretty. You gotta maximize these beautiful designs. Maybe we should message that to Stampin' Up! And suggest that they come out with some more designer series paper and patterns like this. I remember the artistically inked designer series paper was one of my favorites. You know, I think I want to cut this down. Thankfully, I didn't put my adhesive right up to the very, very edges, so we can come in here. Just trim a little bit off the edge there. All right, and then a little bit off of the top so that it ends up being 4 by 5 1/4. I should have done that first, but hindsight. There we go. Hugs and a basic white insert. I was surprised I actually got my kits delivered early. I believe they came on Saturday. I was not expecting them until Tuesday because UPS doesn't usually deliver to my house on weekends. So I was shocked. I don't know what changed, but UPS came on a Saturday, which was great. So then I was able to share this with you guys today. Oh, Karen, you never remember your adhesive sheets. Yeah, they're awesome. And I need to remember to add some more to my next order, because I kind of go in spurts where I don't use any for a while, and then I end up doing like a lot of intricate die cutting, and then I do. So kind of comes and goes. All right, so we are going to use this piece for the next card along with that beautiful die cut piece that we had here. All right, and we're going to do a thinking of you. So we need one of these funny little die cuts. And yeah, I think that's it for this one. Okay, again, very simple. Okay, so I should remember. All right, this I'm going to, I want to keep the whole, I don't want to trim down around this because I want to keep the whole gold frame. So I think what we will do instead is take let's just use a half sheet of Pool Party. Okay, and then we can mount this whole thing right on the front. So again, I'm going to fold my Pool Party cardstock in half, mount this directly on the front. So it is going to take the whole front cover. So I'm using a little more adhesive because I want to make sure that it covers that this whole top layer. Okay. All right, so it's now Pool Party in the back, party in the front, Pool Party in the back. All right, and then a basic white layer for the inside. All right, it's good to cut a bunch of these and just have them on hand and ready to grab out. All right, so there we go. Now with this, oh, it's even pretty on the back. All right, where are those mini dimensionals? With this, we're gonna just pop these in our flower centers. I do hope there will be refills for this kit, but they were supposed to be offered today. However, I believe there was a little bit of a glitch because some people had a little trouble, didn't understand the whole claiming your Paper Pumpkin subscription when they merged the Paper Pumpkin site onto the customer, Stampin' Up! Customer site. And so some people accidentally started. Okay, if you're still here watching, give me a thumbs up. Sometimes, even though I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and I put it on airplane mode, sometimes I get a spam call and it still kicks out my recording. It's so frustrating when that happens, but I don't really know what else to do about it. So if you're still here, okay, good. Thank you, Doris. But it always makes me go into panic mode when that happens, especially when I'm, a good ways into a video. I don't want to start all over again. Okay. All right, so this is gonna go right down here at the bottom. I might put it up just a little bit so it's not totally at the bottom. That is so pretty. All right, now I am not going to mess with trying to stamp these little butterflies in here. No, you know what? We are just gonna skip right to the brushed brass butterflies. I just have to find them again. They're buried here. All right, they're on my desk somewhere. There we go. Excuse me, got a little tickle in my throat. All right, so I'm gonna use and they do come in multiple sizes, but you know what? These butterflies are one of my most used embellishments. So I never seem to have a full pack. I've always got just like a partial pack running around somewhere. So we're gonna go with these and slide these off. All right. I'd say I need a bigger desk, but you know what? If I had a bigger desk, I would just make a bigger, even bigger mess. So it really doesn't seem to make a difference. All right, so we're gonna put these, oh, let's see, where do we wanna go? How about over here? I mean, aren't they so pretty? Yep, I see I have a spam call notification, so that must be what messed it up. All right, and it's definitely spam because I don't know how else to stop those. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know, okay? All right, so my suggestion to go along with this is make sure you get yourself some of these brushed breast butterflies on your free shipping order tomorrow. Okay, now we've got our thinking of you. Okay, and then our Berry Burst ink. Okay. Wipe that ink smudge off the bottom. And then we're gonna fit this here onto the die cut. Yes, oh, Doris seconds that. Butterfly, the brushed breast butterflies, plus it's fun to say, brushed breast butterfly. They are awesome. Okay, looking for my cleaner here, just so I can clean these off in between. All right, and then I'll have some dimensionals here. One, 2, and 3. Oh, I don't want to cover any of this prettiness up. All right, I'll just go down here and place it on top. Oh, I love that. Gorgeous. Alrighty, this next one here. Ooh, we've got all the colors on this one. And we are going to use this other little die cut piece, the one that says congratulations. All right, so you can use congratulations on your own, or you can use one of these little pieces to say, you know, congratulations, you're amazing, or congratulations on your retirement, or congratulations to the happy couple. I don't know what I'm congratulating yet, so I'm just gonna leave that piece off. All right, we're not gonna, we're just gonna go with congratulations, and then we can determine the secondary sentiment after that when we need it. Okay, that's one of the reasons, like, a lot of people stamp the inside of the card, which is great, but I don't always know, you know, unless I'm making a card for a specific occasion, I don't always know what it's going to be used for, so I want to leave the options open. I'm often non-committal when I make my cards. I don't how to keep my options open. All right, so let's see here. We're gonna use this pretty die cut piece, which that makes up pretty easy because we just put a dimensional in the middle and a couple of dimensionals on the back of our sentiment. All right, and then let's see, what kind of card base do we want with this? I almost feel like we should go with, some gorgeous gray. How about that? Let's go with dark, like a dark purple. All right, so let me grab that. I think that'll be really pretty. Okay. So put this in here at 5.5. Okay. And then we are gonna have to trim this down. I better not forget like I did on the last one. All right, so I am gonna trim, let's see, there's the seam. So let's trim off on that. Trim this down to 4. And I like the pool party, so let's trim off this side. So 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, now we should fit perfectly on the front. Okay. Yeah, and I like that. I like that gorgeous grape. I should have stamped my congratulations in gorgeous grape, but I could do the next one. I could do that. I could stamp another one. So now with this fun little leafy flower, just kind of goes randomly in here. Just pick a spot. All right, let's use a different one. I want to stamp that in gorgeous grape. So we'll save this one for later. And I did have a gorgeous grape ink pad pulled out somewhere. Ooh, yeah, that definitely looks nice. All right. So dimensional this, and yeah, let's use some more of those brass elements there. So this sentiment goes right across, so you can put the widest part here to hide that circle, okay? And then, do we want butterflies? I think we should use some dragonflies. What do you guys think? All right, check it out. We've got some room up here. They're so dainty, so pretty. Okay, well that one landed there. I guess that's where it wants to be. All right, so this is what the birds and the dragonflies, they're called adhesive-backed dragonflies and birds. 162743 is the item number. All right, so we've got lots of those, and then the butterflies come in a little smaller pack. Those are 158136 is the item number for those, but both beautiful. So, well, we've got that. Ooh, I like it. What do you guys think? So, kind of in a different take, just slightly different take on the original 3 cards. Okay, kind of like to have that as my starting point. But then I did see, again, I was going through my Pinterest account and seeing some of the different cards that I had made with the artistically inked set. And I really like the purple with that. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna use the other half here of my gorgeous grape card base. Grab my basic weight. Trying to remember to do this as I go. Here we go. Place this on, and I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, this one is gonna be up and down, right? Portrait style. Okay. But for this, let's use, we've got such pretty patterns. You know what? Let's use one of these. And we're gonna cut it in half. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so this is 4 1/4, so half is going to be 2 1/8. There we go. Just grab that up the middle. Let's use this piece. And I think I want to use want to use another one of those leafy, you know what? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna totally change it up here. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see, do I want it right in the middle? Yeah, let's go in the middle. All right. Okay, that looks like the middle. Let's take these. We cut ourselves a sentiment label from a scrap of basic white. And yeah, this works good. Scrap, I'd punch some circles out of it. I think that should fit. Yep, looks like it's gonna work. Now the nice thing with these little die sets, these little sets of 4 that are created to coordinate with the paper pumpkin, they worked perfectly as well with our mini machines, right? And just a heads up, if you don't already have a mini machine, or if you'd like one in a second color, the boho blue mini machine is being discontinued. So the boho blue is going out of stock. So make sure if you want one of those, the boho blue little mini die cut machines, you want to get that. You want to get that sooner rather than later. All right, oops, this is just a little tape to help tack it down. All right, let's cut. We're gonna do our own little gold foil leaves. Again, I had some scraps from my gold foil sheets because they come in 2 12 by 12 sheets, and you don't often need a whole 12 by 12 of gold. You're gonna die cut something from it, so. So we've got 1 set of leaves. Ooh, aren't they pretty? Let's do 1 more and then we can do our leaves going in opposite directions. I think that'll be pretty. So these are the Hugs Abloom dies. It's a little 4-piece set. Kind of handy. All right, here we go. So let's go with, we could even, let's see, do we want Thinking of You? Because yeah, I think it will actually fit on here. Let's go with that. I'm gonna go with Thinking of You because it's generic enough that it could really be used for just about anything. And I use a lot of those. So let me grab my gorgeous grape. It just fits here. Okay. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna use up some scraps. I've got some other dimensionals I'm trying to use up here too. So let's use a couple of these bigger pieces. So we'll put this on our card front. Yeah, let's go right up here. All right, and then with these, we could just put a couple of minis on the leaves. Yeah, let's do those 2 leaves. And then we can take this one and just tuck it in here and kind of drape that leaf around our sentiment label, and then do the same thing down here with that leaf. So pretty. And then we'll add in a little butterfly. Oh, where do I want to put it? Let's do that. All right, we're good. let's just do that. Here we go. Well, I don't know, sometimes I get carried away. I love these little butterflies. There we go. We got a whole bunch of butterflies. What do you think? Aw. All right. Golden strips, yes, Doris, these are the, they come like the gold foil sheets, 132622. So you get two 12 by 12 sheets. They come in a package, and then I make sure I save my scraps, right, when I cut them into smaller pieces, because then that works out perfectly when I need little things like that. Okay, so that was one of them. And then, oh, let's see here. I had seen a really neat card. Oh, let's see here. Let's go with some pool party. Again, just a half sheet here. Okay. Then I'm going to take, which piece do I want to use? I want one with a lot of coloring in it. I don't know, I think I'm gonna use this sheet again because I really love, all that. So the first thing I'm gonna do, again, is just cut it in half, right there along the seam. Okay, and I wanna use this pool party. And so let's go, how about we go 2 3/4? All right, so again, like halfway. All right, if it's 5 1/2, so cut it in half at 2 3/4. And let's just do 2 3/4 inch square. All right, so I've got this other little piece. Okay. Ooh. All right. Fold this in half. Okay, a white layer for the inside. All right, then we're going to take our square, and I'm using my Stampin' Seal here, and we are going to adhere this. Yeah, let's adhere this to the card base. And then, let's see what I want to use. I think all right, let's do this. I'm gonna take, this is a sneak peek, all right, although technically I think you could use, there's one of the paper pumpkin die sets, I believe from last January, had a taller little leaf, or you could use the fern from the, what was that, October through December kit. But this is a sneak peek. This is a set that will be coming out. It's called Beautiful Motifs. And it's got some great sentiments and some really neat die pieces. This will be available May 6th. Okay, but I have an idea. Oh, maybe I want to use this one. That would be kind of cool. Let's do that one instead. All right, so let's take the gold foil and die cut that. All right, my brain is working here. So you guys, sometimes you get inspired as you're creating. Things don't always turn out exactly as my inspiration sees it, but Wow, so it doesn't cut the whole way out. So what I'm gonna do, it's supposed to be like that. It kind of makes like an indentation into your project. So I'm just going to disconnect it here, snip it out at these little points. Okay, so that one, I think. Okay, so let's do this. We'll do this in segments here with our dimensionals. Okay, so this goes like this. Okay, and then this part is going to go above it. Okay, and then this last little little scrolly option. All right, that's a 2-piece. So we'll have a half a dimensional, half a mini. Okay. And then, there we go. Then that just pops out. We'll use the other half mini. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, that looks kind of cool up the side there. And then we'll use our butterflies. Okay, and then let's kind of go down here as well. All right, very simple. Okay, and then actually let's use, I think, one of these little sentiment pieces would work. And let's use, all right, sending lots of love. Let's go with you're amazing. There we go. You're amazing. And I want to go a little darker on this one. So, no, I do not want shaded spruce. I thought I had pretty peacock. Let me see here. I grabbed out all my inks. Pool Party might be just a little bit lighter. Here we go. I like it. Okay. So, super clean and simple, but I think it works, right? Isn't that cute? Fun way just to use a little square of the paper. All right, now I was thinking too, excuse me, let's check this out now. All right, I'm trying to decide if I want to use from the same set. If I want to do the leaves or the flower. Maybe let's go with What do you guys think? Should we go with the leaves or the flower? Maybe let's do the leaves. That might look kind of cool. Although it's maybe not dark enough. Let me see what I want to do. Let's go with, all right, maybe let's go with this. Let's see what, I don't know, I had something in mind. All right, let's go with this. Okay, so let's go with the pool party card base. And, oh, we're gonna do, let's do this leaf. Okay. So, fold this in half. All right. White piece on the inside. Okay, now, all right, let's trim this down. Okay, so I think what I want to do, let's trim an inch off of this front panel. Okay, so I'm going to trim an inch off of here. All right, so that makes this piece 3 1/4. So that means I need a 3-inch panel for the front. So I need 3, and because I'm mounting this on top, I need 3 by 5 1/4. All right, so that it will fit just like this. Okay, and then we're gonna take that remaining piece, and I don't know that I want it quite that big, so we're gonna take, that was 1 1/4 inches. So let's see, 1.25. Let's go with 5/8. Let's go with 6/8 there. All right, and kind of just cut that in half, okay? Because then I've got another piece I can use on another project. And we'll take this and glue this down the side, down the inside. All right, so this is gonna go right in here. And again, I'm not putting, I should have trimmed off the 1/4 inch off the bottom. Oops. Okay. All right, so that looks like that. And this piece is going to go on the front, but before I glue it down, we're gonna take this nifty little leaf piece. Now this one does not fully cut out. This is actually going to make an impression like, and I want it to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna run it through. So then I take this off, and then what you can do, you can kind of fold up your leaves a little bit. It does kind of like this 3D pop-up thing. So you can choose to pop them up or not, okay? It's totally up to you. But it is kind of cool. All right, and we're gonna glue this to the front. Now, this is based on a card I saw by a demo called Laura, I'm probably butchering her last name. Laura Seiki had done a card similar to this. She did hers in all like Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. But I thought, oh, this would be so pretty to incorporate some of these items in here with it. And let's see, because I just happen to have scraps of Pool Party from another project I was working on. Let me see, what did I do with my bow maker? All right, not entirely sure what I did with it, but let me see here if I can do a quick little something something. All right, and I would put this on camera, but I'm using my little toaster tongs and I can't hold them in between my knees and and show you all at the same time. So, all right, that's all we needed was a pretty little bow and glue dots. Glue the knot to the dot and put it here on the base of our, all right, and then trim the ends the proper way. Oops, come on, I want that one to be a little more angled. There we go. Okay. And my neighbor, oh my goodness, we're starting that again. My neighbor is out mowing his lawn. Okay, although given that I am a little bit long on this video this time, oh my goodness. Alrighty, let's just add a couple of these. All right, isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I could just go on and on because there are so many fun ways to do these projects. All right, let me do one more because I saw someone else had used, of course, the gorgeous die cut here, which looks amazing on the front of a card, but you can actually trim this as well. Carefully. All right, carefully pop that out. All right, and then let's say we want to put that on. This one might be a little bit bright. Let's take this one, the other half of that. I think that'll work. Let's cut this down a little bit and depending on what die you have. What do I have handy? Let me see here. Maybe. All right, just had a set handy. And I used it. Don't you hate that when you're like thinking of something? I wanted a rectangle die. Here we go. I was like, I was good. I put things away. That's why I can't find them. All right. Now these are available. These are the textured notes dies. Okay, and let's take, I want to use this one. This one's pretty. All right, so let's cut a panel of white. All right, so I've already got a couple. So one will be for the inside of my card. The other one, I'm going to die cut a frame. Okay. All right, so we're gonna die cut my frame here. He's trying to call me, but I'm still going. I'm still going. If you are still here with me, or if you've fast forwarded and gotten to this part, thank you. All right, and I haven't said this in a while, but if you enjoy seeing these alternate projects and my videos, don't forget to give me that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take a little section of these flowers, and I think that would work right there. All right, right on this little leaf part. Okay. Okay. All right, so just snip this off. So you can use a couple, you can get 2 additional projects out of that. So with this one, we're going to place this along here, and then a dimensional in each of our flowers. All right, and then I think I'll wrap this one up. This will be the last one for today, because I really probably should find out what David, what he's calling about. All right, so let's do this, and let's go with some fresh freesia for our card base. This time we'll pull in a little bit of that purple. Okay, so we'll go to 5.5 here. All right, and then trim this one down on the seam. Trim this down to 4 by 5.25. Okay. All right, here we go. This goes on the front. There we go. Okay, and then this goes on the inside. All right, and then this, let's put this on the front. Isn't that pretty? So simple, I love that. Okay, and then let's just do, you know what, I think let's just stamp our thinking of you right on the front. Let's go with the berry burst. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just stamp it directly. Okay. All right, and then add some butterflies and we are done. All right, where did my butterflies fly off to? I found my birds. All right, and okay, I don't know where my butterflies, there we go, there they are. All right, so just, let's see here. Let's go this way. And then let's do another one down here. Okay, there we have it. Alrighty, so we did our semi-traditional cards as they should be made, but we cut them all in half and mounted them on regular cardstock bases. We've added our brushed breast butterflies and our birds and dragonflies. And then we made a few alternates using our Hugs in Bloom add-on dies. All right, as well as we pulled in a couple of sneak peeks using the upcoming Beautiful Motifs die set. And there we go. So we've got 3, 6. So I made 7 cards here. So we did 4 alternate projects. And if my phone didn't keep ringing and the neighbor wasn't mowing his lawn, we could keep on creating because I've got so many more ideas. Guess we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll make some more of these on Friday. Let me know what you think. Do you want more paper pumpkin alternatives? Or let me know if there's a last chance, something that you would like to see before it's gone for good. All right, I have not yet determined what Friday's video will be. So leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed these projects. Happy stamping to you. And don't forget, free shipping flash sale starting tomorrow, Wednesday, April 23rd through Friday, April 25th. Alrighty, free shipping. Also a sale on paper pumpkin past kits refills and the add-on dies starting tomorrow. And I think that's it. All right, we are winding down the month of April. And if you would like a new catalog, I will be mailing out my catalogs. My plan is to have them all in the mail by Monday. Okay, if you have not placed an order with me this year, all right, so since January of 2025, please do so. Place an order during the free shipping flash sale if you would like a catalog. All right, I'd be happy to stamping with you again on Friday. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.